You've been chasing love, approval, validation, and maybe you still feel empty. But what if I told you you'll never be truly loved until you learn this one truth? A truth the Stoics knew thousands of years ago. A truth that can make you magnetic, powerful, and whole. Today we go deep into that wisdom, not just to change how you're loved, but to change who you become. 1. Why you're not loved the way you want. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Seneca. Let's begin with the hard truth. Most people are not really seeking love, they're seeking to fill a void. When you walk into a relationship desperate to be loved, you project need. You project insecurity. You become a vacuum, and people subconsciously pull away from vacuums. They feel your neediness, and it repels them. Here's the Stoic insight. You cannot be loved truly until you are at peace with not being loved at all. This doesn't mean you must be cold. It means you must be whole. Stoicism teaches us to detach from the need for external things, including affection and validation. Because when your happiness depends on others, you've handed them power over your soul. 2. Love is not found. It is reflected. Epictetus said, "If you want to be loved, love yourself." But not the modern, narcissistic version of self-love. Not bubble baths and affirmations. But the Stoic kind. Self-respect. Discipline. Integrity. People fall in love with those who are grounded. Centered. Unshakable. When you show the world that you don't need to be liked, admired, or validated, that's when people begin to respect and love you deeply. The Stoics believed that the highest form of love comes not from chasing others, but from mastering yourself. 3. The flawed way most people seek love. Let's look at the trap. Most people think love will fix them. They think a relationship will erase loneliness. They believe someone out there will finally get them. So they try to become whatever the other person wants. They overgive, overcompensate, lose themselves. But what does Stoicism say? Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Epictetus. And what's outside of your control? Other people's affection, their attention, their choices. Chasing love like that makes you a prisoner to someone else's moods. You're no longer free. And true love, mutual, deep, honest love, cannot exist where there's no freedom. 4. Becoming the kind of person who is loved naturally. Here's the shift. Stop asking, "How can I get them to love me?" And start asking, "How can I become someone worthy of deep love, whether anyone gives it or not?" This is where Stoicism becomes your compass, because it focuses not on chasing outcomes, but cultivating character. Here are the traits that make you loved without trying. Calmness in chaos, presence in conversations, discipline in action, detachment from ego, integrity in choices. When you walk through the world with these virtues, you become rare, and people are drawn to rare souls. 5. The power of emotional control in relationships. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Now think about this in relationships. How often do emotions make things worse? A moment of jealousy, a burst of anger, a fear of abandonment. The Stoics trained themselves to pause, to reflect before reacting, to ask, "Is this emotion useful, or is it just noise?" When you gain emotional mastery, you stop playing games. You stop being manipulated. And that's when love becomes something deeper, not emotional dependence, but mutual respect. 6. If you're still chasing toxic love, let's be real. Many people confuse drama with love. They're addicted to the highs and lows, the inconsistency, the chase, the chaos. But that's not love. That's trauma bonding. And Stoicism says, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. If you keep entertaining low-quality love, it's because you haven't raised your own standards yet. You become what you tolerate. You attract what you reflect. Raise your inner standard, and the chaos falls away. 7. Building inner wholeness, step by step. So, how do you actually build this Stoic wholeness? Here's a daily Stoic routine to reset your mind and spirit. 1. Morning reflection. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? Not, who will love me today? 2. Practice voluntary discomfort. Take cold showers. Fast. Do hard things. Why? Because strength is attractive. 3. Journal your desires. Write down what you crave from others. Then write down how to give that to yourself. 4. Evening review. Ask, where did I react emotionally today? Where was I stoic? These aren't just routines. They're weapons for building inner gravity. And people fall in love with gravity. 8. The truth about self-love, the Stoic way. Let's redefine it. Self-love isn't hype. It's not shouting, I'm enough, in the mirror. It's silence. It's restraint. It's strength under control. It's saying no when it's hard. It's walking away from what insults your soul. It's doing what's right even when no one sees. You become someone you respect. And when you respect yourself, others follow. Because love is a mirror. And most people are just looking for someone who reflects what they're missing. Be that person, for yourself first. 9. The magnetism of the Stoic soul. Ever meet someone who's unbothered? Centered. Calm. In control. They don't chase. They don't beg. They simply are. That's Stoic magnetism. And it's rare. When you no longer seek love to complete you, you become complete. And that's when love finds you, not as a need, but as a choice. 10. What to stop doing if you want real love. Here are the 5 behaviors to eliminate immediately. Stop overgiving. Love isn't earned by exhausting yourself. Stop people-pleasing. Authenticity is far more attractive. Stop complaining about love. It reveals your lack of inner peace. Stop tolerating inconsistency. You're not a project, and love isn't therapy. Stop waiting for someone to save you. No one is coming. Be your own anchor. Let go of the external chase. Return to your inner strength. And love will come, not as a rescue mission, but as a celebration of who you already are. 11. Final reflections. The Stoic way to be loved. So, what is the one thing you must understand to be truly loved? You must stop needing love in order to receive it. You must embody what you seek. Live with depth. Speak with intention. Stand with quiet confidence. And the world, eventually, reflects that back. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. And I'll add, stop wondering how to be loved. Be lovable by nature. Live with wisdom. Live with presence. Live with peace. And love will no longer be something you chase. It will be something you attract. You'll never be truly loved until you learn to live as if you don't need to be. That's the paradox. That's the power. That's Stoicism. Green Circle like this video if it spoke to you. Green Circle subscribe for more timeless Stoic wisdom. Green Circle, and remember, your peace is the most powerful love you'll ever know.